What is going on, y'all? Back here again, and there's a reason I have this cheesy intro music going on. This is coming from the Rodecaster Pro that I just got for my birthday, man. We don't buy PS5s here, we buy Rodecaster Pros. But anyway, I'm gonna turn this down here. These lovely sliders. This thing is sexy, man. Let's get into it. So I'm gonna be talking about what's in the box, of course. What's in the box? This is a big box, man. I thought I was gonna get robbed when I got this thing, because they didn't give me a bag, and this thing is like freaking big, man. I was trying to be low key with it, you know. But anyway, a little bit of about what comes in the box. Obviously, I took it out the box already, but just some extra things. This is not a review or unboxing. I just kind of want to talk about where I'm coming from as far as the Maonocaster. That's what I was using to broadcast before. You know, my likes and dislikes, compare and contrast, things like that. I'm gonna just go over, you know, the build, the inputs, the software here that's on the screen. Y'all see my levels running right now. That's pretty dope. But yeah, and then I'm going to see how this sounds with my Rode Go Wireless 2 that y'all see here, and I'm gonna test out the Bluetooth functionality, so I have all that stuff ready to go on deck with this phone right here when I get ready to test the Bluetooth out. But let's talk about quickly what's inside. So let's go over that. So what I got here, and this packaging and material is amazing, man. I might put this on my wall, just a big fat quick start guide, basically. So you get that, of course, and then you get the transfer cable right here, of course, USB-C to USB-A. Of course, this is going right to my phone right now that's recording. So your computer, phone, whatever, you know, you want to plug this up to. But yeah, that's pretty much everything that's in the box. Nothing, you know, too glamorous. You will have to get your own XLR cable, which I already had this from, you know, using my other Get-Up. But why did I feel the need to change from Maonocaster? At some point, I was going to have to change. And the reason why is, you know, I just wanted more out of my sound. And I'm definitely feeling the presence in my voice now, because I'm like, I got this mic. I know a lot of other people have this same mic, because it's a popular microphone as far as podcasts is concerned, or just YouTube in general. And I was like, I don't sound anything like them. And of course, it was the processing power. And with this, you already have the preamp built in, as opposed to this little guy right here, which only has line inputs. It does not have a preamp. I had to get a separate preamp, which is this, because I'm using the pod mic, which is a dynamic mic, which is very gain hungry. So you need a extra boost signal to make these mics work. So I had to have this running into this, and then this running into this, and there was a whole lot of cables involved, and I just didn't like the setup. So that's a plus coming from, you know, this little guy here. But you know, you do get what you pay for. It's $100 if you want to start out. This is definitely a great product. I'm not saying it's not a great product. You know, it's just time for your boy to level up. So this is the best in the game. So I got the best in the game. But there is a Rodecaster 2 that just came out, but it has a couple bells and whistles and stuff. But I just, you know, that's not something I need right now. I decided to save a little bit, a couple bucks, but I think it's $100 higher than this one. This thing's already like $600. Thing's a beast, man. But anyway, so also, let's go ahead and get into the inputs. And as I'm going, I'll probably run into the differences between this and the Maonocaster. So that's how I'll talk about the difference between the two. So I already talked about the preamps that are built in. You have 4 microphone presets right here. Not presets, but inputs that are XLR. And you also have the what's the smartphone smartphone input right here. If you want to plug up your phone, you can have a phone conversation with your guest, or you can do that through Bluetooth as well. And the device already does the mix and minus, so you don't have to worry about echoes in your phone call. Also, you have the 4 head jack inputs. These are 1/4 inputs, but you also have a 3.5 millimeter jack in the front as well. And then let's see, you have your SD card right here. If you want to put your recordings on your SD card, or you can use the USB to feed that into whatever, computer or tablet, phone in this case, you want the sound to go to. But that is pretty much it. I don't think I missed anything. And then you have your 4 channels right here. I'm only using 1 right now, so that's what I'm controlling. And you have the USB, the smartphone, and the Bluetooth as well as the sound card here, which will control your sound buttons as well. So I forgot to talk about that. I don't know. Do I not have them in here? There they are. That's why I didn't show them to y'all. Hold on. So you have these cards which you can place over the buttons right here to help you, label them. But I think you can also change it in the software, because it'll be on the screen too, which I'm about to show y'all in just a second here. So I'm gonna go ahead and move the sounds. As you can see, the first bank right here, it has the intro, applause, rim shot, scary. I'll just play a couple of these. Let's say sad trombone. Hold on. There we go. Also, I'm gonna go into bank 2 here, which has my custom sounds that I already have here. So I'm gonna go through a couple of them. Nothing is gonna stop. Push the goddamn button. So, those are just a couple sounds I make. Some of you might recognize them if you've been following me long enough. But anyway, what I do like about this, as opposed to the Maonocaster, when you press the button on the Maonocaster, it doesn't do overlapping sounds. So if you want to go, let's say, let's go into one of these sounds, and I already have this in replay mode. So what this is going to allow is overlapping sounds like this. Like that. I cannot do that on the Maonocaster. So that's another thing that I do like coming from the Maonocaster. And there's different other functions on here. You have the latch, pause. I just have to play around. I know with latch, you're able to press the button and then you can press another button, so you have 2 sounds playing at the same time. So that's another thing I do like as well. But in total, you have 64 buttons, 8 banks, 8 sounds. So that's why there are 4 cards. Now, you have 4 cards with double-sided, so 8 in total. So I think that's amazing, man. Also, another thing I probably want to try, I don't have enough time to set it up, but there's a new firmware that will allow you to use your button as... My bad, he's a real sensitive. Probably like, what the hell was that? But anyway, so... that threw me off. So you can use the buttons as a camera controller. When I switch to OBS, and as y'all know, I use different multiple angles when I run my podcast. So you can use these as a camera switcher as well, but I don't have that set up yet. So that's another plus that I'm looking forward to trying. Okay, so I talked about sounds. Let's go into the processing, which is a very important part here that this Maonocaster just does not have. This thing has a lot of processing behind it. So I'm going to go into channels here. Channel 1, which I am using right now. So right now, this is in simple mode, I like to call it, but there is an advanced mode that allows you to go more robust. But I found it more easy just to do simple, because with the noise gate, like y'all hearing right now, I had a problem getting like the AC to shut up. Even you can hear it a little bit, but it's not as bothersome as it once was when I tried to do it in the more custom mode. So I just went into the simple mode, and I was like, it's doing it for me. But you do have presets here. I found it better on the Procaster function, even though this is not a Procaster mic, this is the pod mic. But I'll switch to Rode, and when I talk, it seems like more of the background is seeping in, so that's why I chose. Sounds better to me. But you also have the EV, which is another dynamic mic, and then you have the generic dynamic See what that sounds like right there. And then you have condenser functions as well if you have a condenser mic, but I'm using dynamic, so there's no point in me using those functions. But I'm gonna move back to Procaster. Now, also you have the audio processing function here. Now these toggles here in simple mode, all you can do is toggle them on and off. But if you unlock the advanced mode, you have more what am I trying to say? You have more functionality as far as the sliders and stuff like that. But yeah, I say just leave it like this, to be honest. And then you have the effects down here with the RO exciter and the big bottom. So basically, the RO exciter is what it sounds like. It's gonna bring more excitement to your voice, accentuate the highs. So if I took it off, you would just be left with the big bottom, which sounds like this. So my voice just got more bassy. This is what the big bottom sounds like. So if you do vice versa, if I take the big bottom out, then I have, more high. But if you bring both of them, it kind of blends of them both together. But let's see what this sounds like without the processing. So you can hear that AC, but it's still doing a good job of, you can't really hear it. That's because I probably got I got it muffled. I got the vent muffled because there's a big vent like right behind where all the noise comes from. I got the couch push right there, so that helps it out a little bit. But yeah, so I'm going to turn the processor back on. As you see, there's not much kick in my voice, so let's put that back on. Sounds better, right? So that being said, I got the audio processing out the way. You also have the voice function. Depending on your voice, you can do soft or strong, but I guess medium. I just kept it at medium. Then the tone of your voice, it'll adjust to your voice. So that's cool as well. And I think that's it as far as the settings and the processing. But you also have Bluetooth here, and I already have Bluetooth set up. You just push the button and you go in your settings and you look for it and it connects right there. So you can use these to have phone conversations as well, but normally I would just use this on my iPad. I have extra Soundpad, so I can bring that in as an extended Soundpad. All right, I'm going to play a little music here. And to annoy the algorithm, I'm going to play some copyrighted music from my boy Kendrick Lamar. Let's go.
Fool.
All right,
Take
all
off the
right, all
cloud
right,
chase,
all
take
right,
off
all
the
right, all right.
Wi-Fi.
All right. Now, I guess while I'm on that, another thing, this is one thing I don't like, the ducking feature on here. Now, when you cut the ducking on, and what ducking does is it basically lets your voice top over any other audio source. In this case, it's just the microphone inputs, from what I understand. But I'm not talking with anybody. I want to be able for my voice to go over the music, but it doesn't do that. But with the Maonocaster on the sidechain function, does it easily. So, what's going on, y'all? This costs too much to not have this feature. That makes no sense. But it's very minute. It's, I just have to manually turn down the levels of whatever audio source I'm bringing into. But anyway, so we got that out the way as far as the Bluetooth. Anything else? I guess on here, let's go ahead and go into the Rode mic. That's another thing that I wanted to test before I leave. So it's already activated. I just haven't turned it on yet. So I'm gonna turn my mic down. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So that should activate it. But the problem I see here is the sound is only coming on my left earphone, and I see it in the levels too. So my only guess is, it sounds good enough for me, I guess, but I think what I'm eventually gonna have to do is there is a it's like an adapter that looks like this end right here, and then it's a VXLR, which is an XLR to a TRS cable, which would plug into here. So that might be something that I might need to do, but I mean, it sounds okay. But since this is in the smartphone function here, I'm going to go to the levels, look okay. And then there are some presets here, but you can't really do anything with it as far as what I did with my main microphone. There's a phone call feature, the music and speech, and then you can just choose to have nothing on there. But I found out speech sounds a little bit better. But anyway, that's pretty much it on the Rode side. So with that being said, I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up. I think I got everything I wanted to talk about, so let's go ahead and close things out. All right, y'all, so that's gonna wrap it up for this little overview review, I guess, of the Rodecaster Pro. I'm definitely in love with this thing, and I can't wait to make some more magic with this. But it's just some minor issues that I have with it, but this stuff can be fixed through firmware. I don't know if there's a plan in place to fix that ducking issue, but other than that, that's the only thing I can really find out with this. But yeah, man, this is a wonderful device, and I would definitely recommend it if you're looking to upgrade your sound, if you can afford it. But, you know, if you want a more budget-friendly option, make sure to hit that Maonocaster. The review is up for that as well. I'll link it down below in the description box if y'all want to know more information about that. But anyway, yeah, man, I'm going to take over the world with this thing, but let's go ahead and shut this down. If you did like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.